Evening, everyone, or nobody. We'll kind of give it a minute to see if anyone, I don't know, see if anyone chimes in. Hey, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I don't know, I guess I really didn't have a whole lot to run at tonight. Just kind of seeing how everyone's doing. Seeing if you guys got big plans for the weekend. I just dropped my son off for his first school dance. Yep, of course, he looked handsome. But so I thought I'd kind of take a minute and let everyone know things that are going to go on or that are going on. Oh, yeah. While I people watch a little bit, I should turn that around. So the channel's going really well. Um, stickers are going tremendously well. Um, Bobby, it does make me feel my age. Evening. So yes, it very much makes me feel old. That and I haven't cut my hair, and number one, I'm going bald, and then all this gray in there makes me feel very old. And my son should be in daycare. He shouldn't be at a dance. Ah, but he is. But he is. Anyway, so here's what's going on with the channel. We've reached a wonderful plateau, about 1,600, 1,650 on subscribers, which is a huge blessing in no small part to this guy right here. Uh, uh, well, I could keep gray hair from coming up, but I don't think I'd like the result. But so the channel's doing really well. I'm gonna pick. Um, hello, Google Five. Google Five Dancing Israel. So see, now you're just rubbing it in that you're not using chemicals. But so okay, and I missed that one. Oh well, there's lots of us in both groups, so I'm gonna try to do a live at about every other week with topics, which I don't have topics. I have two topics tonight, but nothing really monumental other than the school dance. Chasing life, good evening. Other than the school dance around the corner. I am not the dad sitting in the parking lot. I am not. But I'm close. Anna. I'm close. Well, he just had a concussion, and so I'm kind of nervous that the music and the lights may mess with him. And so I don't want to go all the way home and then he call and then need me. But so I'm going to try to do a live with topics about every other week, and then I'll do that here, and then I'll do one on the opposite week on Patreon. And sorry, I got distracted by the police. So I'll do one of those on each week, and then I'm gonna pick 3 standard days. And I haven't picked them yet for 3 movies. Thank you. I haven't decided on the days. There's all kinds of Google Analytics that tell you this is a better day to do a live broadcast than this day, and this is a better day and time to do posts. I like to schedule, and I schedule my posts. If you've been watching it all, you'll see that I do. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 videos in the same shirt. I have more clothes. Hey Jeff, but I'll get on a roll, and so I'll make a couple videos at the same time. I guess a roll is not the best thing. I get in a mood where I want to share or I want to talk, or I've learned something new, and so that's what I do. But so I'm thinking 3 days a week, standard videos, because I've been scheduled out about 2 weeks, but then I want to throw in. Then when I get one, oh my gosh, I want to share this with everyone, and so it takes me quite a bit of work to reschedule videos and stuff. So I'm gonna pick 3 days and do scheduled videos, and then the ones I throw out at other times are what's on my heart at the minute. So like 8 o'clock in the morning, my time or Northwest Arkansas time is when I schedule my normal videos to go out. Sometimes I don't remember what tomorrow is, what's coming out tomorrow, so I have to look. Excuse me, but if it comes out at 8 o'clock in the morning, then it has been pre-recorded, not necessarily that day. Sometimes they're that day. But if it comes out later, like I sent one out either yesterday afternoon or this afternoon about socks and shoes. That's because it was on my heart. I made it and I posted it and I'd saved it. Hey, sheepdog, excuse me. So I saved it and I posted it on Patreon, and then I decided that was an everyone thing. I wanted everyone to know about my feelings on socks and shoes, which is funny because I'm in flip flops right now. I have boots right behind me, but you're not late. It's not an appointment. We're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I don't know. So the videos that come out at other times than 8 in the morning are most usually videos that I've made right then. I just uploaded them, and it's always flip-flop weather. Always. There can be snow on the ground, and it's time for flip-flops. So a couple of things that I wanted to share tonight. I went to the range yesterday, and yes, Bobby, I'm the same way. Socks and boots are always in the truck. But so I went to the range, and I just did pistol shooting. I don't know. Militiaman, Texas strong. Okay, we'll give you Texas. So I went to the range, and I just did pistols, and I did a 500-point qualification course, and I did pretty good. I did well for me. I threw a couple in the 9 ring, but everything else was where it needed to be. However, I had a magazine failure. Let's talk about prepping. Howdy. This is not the magazine that failed. This is actually one I took out of an extra box to replace. I have not loaded it yet in there. So I had it. It was more than just a misfeed. It was a absolute malfunction. The follower right here, where this has some rigidity, was just completely loose. I think the spring inside of it, I think the spring broke. And I know some of you guys are like, "Oh, that's easy to fix. You just take the bottom off. You take the spring out, replace the spring, inspect things." Um, I don't. I don't do that. Um, I have two different pouches, or I have two different piles of magazines. I have those that are my dependable, no problems with, no ifs, ands, or buts magazines that are the ones that I carry all the time. And then I have some that are totally just range day magazines. I've had an issue with them. I've cleaned them. I've tried to tweak them, but I don't put them back in my emergency, my emergency stash. Well, this one failed so bad that, no kidding, I had a Vickers floor plate on it, which is just like this, but it's a little bit bigger around. Hey, Bob. That I took the Vickers plate off of it and I just threw the rest away. And I know that that's a little bit of a waste, because these, of course, this is a name brand Glock magazine. These are not cheap. These are $27, $24. Um, and that's buying them through my wholesaler that I buy for my website. If it hadn't been, just in time prepping just said it maybe work with different ammo. If it hadn't been right here, see how hard that is for me to push down? It was I could just tap it and it would fall way down at an angle. Had it been more than that, I would have tried different ammo. And normally I would take it apart and clean it and do it anyway. But with my Glock, particularly, hey JS Badger, particularly with this one, I've started using the Magpul PMags, but for Glocks, and I've been really pleased. I haven't had any malfunctions or anything that wasn't. I mean, I've had a stovepipe, but I was shooting old, crappy, cheap ammo. But we don't really have a topic. I'm talking about a magazine that failed at the range yesterday, and I don't know. It's one of those things I wanna. I'm a Glock fan. You can say whatever you want. I know there's a lot of people that aren't, but and for a long time, I'm not I won't use KCI magazines. I believe they're made in Korea. I've had them fail and fall apart. I've had them just split, and yeah, so I won't use those. I'm not a Crate Pro Mag. Um, I'm not a big Pro Mag fan, though. I haven't had any like just completely fail on me. I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not. So anyway, I don't. What do you guys do when you have a magazine that you no longer trust? Do you throw it away? Do. So I'm gonna go back. JS Badger, I I have carried two Glocks, but I'm a big guy and and a squeaky guy. Um, I like a Glock 17. Uh, Probably Bobby. I like a Glock 17 because I like the full size. I've got a tack light on it. Um, yeah, Sheepdog, you're probably right too. And so I like the full size 17. On my side all the time, my concealed carry is a Glock 43. I used to carry a Glock 26, um, because then my mags, I could always go from my 17 mags into my 26. But then when my dad passed away, which I'm going to get blubbery. But so my dad passed away, and I went over, and I'm trying to take care of him or take care of this stuff, and I was really just overwhelmed. And I went to another town because he lived way out in the woods, and I'm at his house, and I went to town, blah, 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 blah. I had things to do, really stressful day. So I went to one of the old gun stores that I went to when I was first getting into firearms. My dad went there all the time. It's the place that he got my first 22. And I went in there, and I was playing with a Glock 43 because to me, they had just come out. And so I was, checking it out and talking to him about my father passing. And, 357, that's a big old gun. And I ended up just buying it. He's like, hey, this is actually the exact gun that your dad was looking at a couple weeks ago. Why don't you put it on layaway, and whenever you get to it, you can get it. And that's what I did. And so that's why I carry a 43 instead of a Glock 26. I know that may sound silly. I don't know. Oh no, wheel guns are great. I didn't mean that. I just meant that's a big gun for me. I don't know. Let's talk about prepping. That's the reason that I've stuck with that 43 is because I got a holster given to me from a buddy who moved to Alaska to be a guide. And he's like, hey, there's a tub of stuff in my house. Just go to my house and that stuff is yours. I didn't want to give it away to anyone else. And there was a concealed carry holster for a 43, and it's really comfortable holster, and it's small and lightweight. It doesn't interfere with, even when I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops when it's 60 degrees outside. So I like it. But those are the two that I carry. And most of my circle carries 9mm, and so most of them are either carrying a 19 or hey Jesse, it's exactly the perfect world. But most of my circles carry 9mm. Most of them are carrying Glocks, and so if we have the 19 and the 17, all of our extra mags, like our mags in our doors or are around our vehicles and gear bags, are 17 mags. So they'll work in Glock 17s, they'll work in the 19s, and then a couple of guys are still carrying 26s, so they can work in all of them. And so it's more universal for the group. If I was going to buy another one today, I would totally go get a 19 or a 19. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit happier to me. But I like that 17 a lot. I've done I've got night sights on it. I've got a flared magwell on the bottom. I was wondering what Thunderwear was too. And so I've kind of souped it up a little bit. I went to those PMag magazines. It's exactly what I hope it is. So, well, that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know about that. I'm not saying I wouldn't investigate it, but I probably wouldn't put that into my $20 preps. But yeah, so the next one, if I get rid of my 17, it'll be for a Glock 19. But that probably won't happen. let's see. Why? I had something else I wanted to talk about. And oh, all right. I got a new accessory today. Not today. I guess maybe last week. I haven't used it yet. I got this little tripod, and it's little, but it's flexible. So when I'm out in the woods, I can always grab onto something and be able to film better, which is one of the reasons that I haven't I made many videos when I'm out in the woods, because I'm not going to carry a big tripod. And so when I found this, and I actually Mr. Clean Mr. Clean had bought this, or kind of made me buy it, because I was griping. A tripod, that is perfect. I have played with it a lot. Um, but what I do like about it too is because truly the reason I initially bought it is this part comes off, right? So here's your tripod, which is all bent up, and then I got this, and I got this because it mounts to a regular camera tripod, and I've got one for the window, for my spotting scope and regular camera stuff. But I'm excited about what I get, the ease that I can film a little bit more. I guess it's being lazy, but I'm being lazy. I made a firefighting video, like firefighting in your retreat, and it was awkward because I had to take my phone and take a rake and lean it up like it's called a council rake, but flip it up on a tree to set the phone on to video, and I didn't like the angle. I just didn't like it. And so hopefully this will alleviate that and give me more capabilities. Plus, when I am cooking, is when I go to Dutch oven things, I can bend this and hook it onto my tripod or my cooking tent and use it. So I'm going to scroll back for a minute and let's see what I missed. Boy, that's a loaded question. Living on Fort Knox. Man, I can't even imagine the kind of control and restrictions that would be required. I know at Tinker Air Force Base, it it was basically an act of Congress for me to keep my firearm with me. Even when I was active law enforcement, for me to be able to carry on base was all but impossible. But I will look into that. I know who to call. I bet there is a penalty. Join the MPs. That would have been great when I was 27. Man, let's see what else is going on. I'm excited for a friend of mine, which of course I have lots of friends that watch my videos, so I don't know, but one of my friends is getting an award, and I'm sure he knows it, but it's a big time award, but it's the same time as I have be friendly with the armed guys. Yeah, hopefully that works for you. But my buddy's getting an award, and I've got to be in another state. And so I've got to go from one state to another to an award ceremony. It's going to be crazy. I do get to go hang out with TJ from Bear Independent. And if for some reason anyone on here is not watching his channel, I can't imagine. Then go over to Bear Independent. He is getting ready to roll out with some awesome new stuff. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Hopefully we get to talk about it more in a week or so. So prepping in progress. Are you still on here? If so, what's going on? What's your weekend like? I am going to Little Rock tomorrow. So I just got a text message from someone at our Sam's Club saying that they have a 3-pack of Sawyer water filters or Life Straw water filters for $35. Tank, tomorrow is the Arkansas Fallen Firefighters Memorial. Every year they have a day where they add new names and honor the families and honor the sacrifice. And so I am going to go down there, and of course I have a best friend who died in a fire, and so his name's on there. Today's facts, yes. I'm more of a Sawyer guy, and I do have a Life Straw. I've got one in my bag in the back of the truck. But 3 of them for $35 isn't a bad deal. They're normally 17 to 19 bucks around here, I guess. And so 3 of them for $40 seems pretty decent. Sheepdog. I just prefer the mini, and mostly it's a comfort issue, I guess. Chasing Life. Okay, at the Arkansas Fallen Firefighters Memorial, they just do Arkansas firefighters. There is a National Fallen Firefighters Memorial in Emmitsburg, Virginia, I believe. It's between Washington, D.C. and Gettysburg. And that's where they put all of them for the whole country. There's been quite a few deaths this year in the fire service, and several in the state of Arkansas. So, anyway, so that's my day tomorrow, and I get to take some youth. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Exploring. It's a career-based scouting program, and I get to go down there. Hey, Set Apart Homestead, how are you? You've been on my mind a lot today, dude. A lot. I just want to come sit down and go get a cup of tea with you. It's not really that far. I'm going and Set Apart. I'm going to Mountain Home or Henderson, the other side of Mountain Home, in a couple of weeks to visit some family. I may try to call you and see if we can't connect. Oh, organizing a 5K in October. Man, that is obvious. Or wonderful, excuse me. I was reading the last word. Underground gardening. No, we're here to distract me. That's what it's all about. I like butterflies. Well, I'm from Flippin. I was born in Bull Shoals and raised in Flippin. A proud graduate of Flippin High School. I Back to the underground gardening. Squirrel. I don't know that much about it. I mean, other than I've been to some mushroom farms and seen some elevated beds where where they're doing mushrooms. But I mean, if you have the equipment, pertaining to the irrigation stuff and the lights, I'm sure it would be fine. Um, I mean, underground. Hopefully, you're talking about. Uh, I hope like a cave or something. I'd hate to have to dig something to do that. But yeah, I think I would look into that. Hey, Shiloh. There it is. Um, Sorry, I got backtracked. Man, I just like reading what you guys talking back and forth. That's awesome. Man, now you guys got me want to start looking for stuff. Patriot Plumber, thank you so much. I My channel started, no kidding. It's been about 5 years ago. Yeah, listen at me like I'm a Canadian. About 5 years ago, and I don't even know why I started this channel. I know the first thing that I did was I used to carry a Condor sling, like a messenger bag, as my EDC bag. And somebody had bumped into me in town and said, "Hey, what's in that?" And I tried to explain it, and they're like, "Man, that's something you'd expect to see on YouTube." And so I took my sling bag. I went out to my mom and dad's RV. I dumped it out on their little couch bed table thing, and just started talking. And I liked it. So I'm excited. The channel's going really well too. Um, John West, that's funny. I have a buddy who comes from Flippin to Springdale once a month to do about a half-hour job and then drives back. Making videos, Patriot Plumber, making videos is terribly easy. It's it's no crap. You've got an account already. I go up to the top. I hit the button that looks like a little camera thing. I turn my phone sideways and I start talking. I mean that's it. Wyoming, hello. That's all there is to it. And I have an edit. My editing software's on my phone. I can do things from my laptop. It it's okay. Live streams are intimidating to me, but making a video, of course, I've got almost 400 videos in practice. But man, making videos is easy. If you guys want to share it all, or if you think you'd like it, you should do it. You should make a video. Start with doing things like my prepper challenges. Every time I say it, I stole that from Buck Run 11. It's another YouTube channel. Yes, Sheepdog Patriot. It helps if you're passionate about something. Um, it, this is, it's the new one, the My Boss is Tall shirt. But I'm talking about my Bear Independent shirt. Man, YouTube, you should. You just make the videos. And like Viking Preparedness is doing these, and I don't remember if it's just on his Patreon channel or if it's on his YouTube too, but they're called his Viking Training Tasks. And they're so far they've been in depth. They're really deep. There's a lot to them, but they're really easy. Wow. Got to go back. You guys are cruising with the comments. That's awesome. Chasing Life. I never really considered it until I considered doing NWA's challenge. You almost did it. Well, don't almost do it. Don't be a chicken. It is really easy. It's you, and you don't have to be on the camera. If I had something more interesting, I mean, I'm pretty goofy looking, so that draws some attention. But if you've got something you want to share, just share it. And even if you don't want to talk, if you just want to share something, yeah, it's really the greatest thing that I've had over this channel is, well, see, John, there you go. Is I just get to talk and I get to meet people that I'm enjoying. I got to spend a day with Steven and Kim from Prepping in Progress. And I mean, I was kind of working, and it was wonderful. I would have never met them if it wasn't for my YouTube channel. TJ from Bear Independent, I would have never met him. And a slew of others. I mean, I got 10 people that just have YouTube channels you may watch. Buzzard Roost, Set Apart Homestead, I'm gonna meet. I already stalk him pretty well, so I really want to get to know him. I mean, it's all been worth whatever animosity that you have with it. It goes away. The first time you get somebody like you guys right here, there's 21 of you that are sitting here having a conversation with me and each other. I mean, that's awesome. Super worth it. Yes. Okay, let's talk about prepping. Said you can literally film a fire burning and then come back, talk over it, and delete it till you get it right. Yeah, that's perfect, except I have a tendency to not edit. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I'm just like, well, I screwed up. Sorry. And I haven't got the voiceovers yet. Set Apart Homestead did one yesterday. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here in a parking lot, and Bobo's here. uh, oh, that's just awesome. So we're fixing to get a special guest. Thank you guys. I really do try to make it interesting. I don't know. Let's see. I was up early and upset and angry. Well, come on in, Bobo.
Well, hi.
The famous Bobo.
Hi, guys.
So, what are the odds?
You're one of your normal haunts.
Oh, yeah. Well, Matthew's at a dance.
I know.
Oh, you've been watching?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good.
Hi, y'all.
He stalks me all the time.
No. I know where he is.
Did you look? Oh, you looked.
I knew where you were.
Oh, you hit the phone.
No. I knew where you were.
Oh, you were watching?
Hi, guys. I was watching this.
Here, have your mag back.
With you. Hey, look, guys. I got a mag.
It was yours yesterday. Do we need to call the local police?
That would be funny because we're actually sitting in front of the police
department. We are sitting in front of them, and guess who's the local police? iPhone from a friend. Find a friend. That is exactly how he stalks me.
Well, yeah, I won't lie. That's turned on for both of us. Mutually.
Except the background. You knew where it was.
But I knew because the background. I started watching the video and I was like, wait a minute, where is he? Oh, okay, I know where he's at.
Oh, he's going with me tomorrow.
Thank you. Android has an app for that too, actually.
Yep. Mr. Clean has
that if you want to. You don't have to. And realistically, you choose who to do it with and all that with iPhone. And you can keep it turned off if you want it off.
But if you turn off your location settings on your phone, you're only stopping yourself from using it. You're not stopping Big Brother from finding your phone.
And it doesn't matter if you have an Android or iPhone.
Yeah.
Big Brother can find you if they really want to.
Let's see.
What Tank say? I missed it.
So. Oh, yeah, they know we're going.
Yeah. No, I agree. I will leave my phone wherever, elsewhere.
Yes. Some of the places that I have preps, I'll take my phone, but not most of the places. So
yeah, we missed Tank. What Tank say? Oh, Super Troopers. That's funny.
Making fun of me.
I've only watched about half that movie. Schnozberry.
No. Except now I've got Willy Wonka songs going through my head. All right. Got a text from the director of Homeland Security, my wife, who hates it when I call her that.
Who, it's even funnier because I know what she was texting you about because it was my sister that she found out that information from.
Oh.
So
what was it about?
Star Wars Museum in Hot Springs.
There's a Star Wars museum in Hot Springs?
Yes, and it has some Marvel stuff too.
Field trip.
May go to the Hot Springs soon. Hey, should we stop by and pick up hey J6, that's awesome.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now you completely threw me off.
We were talking about magazines, and then
yes, a new vacation trip.
Vacation trip. That's a great vacation trip, actually.
Oh, who said that? Nerd Museum. Hey, don't talk about me. I'm right here. Let me turn my back.
What kind of museum is there?
Yeah, if I go someplace that I don't want anyone to know where I'm at, I just don't take my phone.
Stays home.
I mean, I don't not just leave it in the truck. I leave it at the house.
Or I leave it at his house.
Yeah.
Or he leaves it at my house.
Oh, Nerd Museum. Funny. Hey, we can do that.
I don't know who that is.
Tape it to the dog.
Oh, that would be
My dog's
fun.
pretty lazy. She just lays around unless she's got somebody to chase, so.
Well.
Nerd Museum. Okay, so Las Vegas, the adult capital of the world. What do we do the first time we go there? We go to the Avengers Museum.
Oh, yeah. No, the Avengers Experience.
Yeah, the Avengers Station. It
was actually pretty good.
Pretty good. It was friggin' awesome. There were Iron Man outfits everywhere.
Like legit.
It was awesome.
Worn in the movie stuff and all the junk you want to buy.
Oh
my god.
The gift shop. Yeah,
the gift shop
we didn't buy
cool
anything.
Stuff. We didn't buy anything. But it asked you, it quizzed you, and you got to play games. You got to do different things.
I don't know that I'm entirely comfortable with you being in the shower while we're in a live stream.
It's kind of funny though. I mean, I was driving down the road.
You were driving down the road
with my Bluetooth in, so I could hear.
Oh.
What was the other thing you were going to talk about? Other than magazines.
I don't remember. Oh, I had an opinion. You feel a little taken advantage of. So, will you hand me the conflicted deck?
Whoa.
I am not going.
Dangerous.
I'm not going to read.
You should.
Okay, I may read one. So, might want to have an intervention.
It's not in the shower. It's on the counter by the shower, right? With the sound up. That works.
I do not grease the springs of my mags. I wipe them down when I clean my gun, and I wipe them down, and sometimes put a real light coat of oil on the spring, but not very often. Conflicted, which I know that light makes it hard to see.
There you go. Conflicted
card game. This is another YouTuber's deck, Southern Prepper 1.
You want me to find a good one?
One that's not a million paragraphs long.
A million paragraphs doesn't fit on one of these cards.
I'm going to punch you in the throat.
I'm just telling you.
I know. So there are a bunch of different conflicted decks. And I think there's like 14 or 15. I agree, Patriot Plumber. Another squirrel.
What squirrel?
So conflicted decks I bought online, and I bought a couple. The first one I think I bought was Financial Collapse.
I don't
remember what the first one was.
You bought it because I bought one.
Yes. And then I bought this one because it was Southern Prepper 1. And I like them. They're scenario cards on there. They're playing cards too. So if you're going to play, a card game, you can play. Yeah, I have other things. So here's the thing while you're looking. So do you guys stick to guns as your only weapons or have others? I have guns, but I keep slingshots, pellets, crossbows as well. Thought is to save as many bullets.
I have an air rifle, and it is a 22 caliber air rifle, and it's really awesome and really stinking quiet, and I love it. I've got lots and lots of it's a pellet rifle. It's an air rifle, but it's a 22 versus a 177, just because it has a little bit more punch, and that way I can take small game without an issue and without sound. Therefore, I can use it. That's good. That's a good point. You can reload them, collect the lead. Also,
I'm sure they have a press, just like a regular.
They probably do. I spent some time. I spent about 7 years outside of the U.S. in a couple different countries, and I'm actually now a big fan of
pumpkin chuckers.
Pumpkin chuckers are cool, but I'm a big fan of a machete. Machetes I have seen used in wondrous ways and multiple ways, and we may have to do a machete class at some point, a machete video.
Okay, when this video started, I was like, oh, I'm a Glock snob. He is a machete snob. We go somewhere and I'm like, oh, look, there's a machete. And I'll hand it to him and I think he tastes it. He does all kinds of things to it and
Don't taste it.
he's like, oh no, this is bad. Not. That's why I keep him around to tell me if it's a good machete or not. Car airbags. Ooh.
I think this is pretty good.
You think you found one? The 8 of spades or clubs?
8 of clubs.
Okay, let's see. This, I'm not copyrighting this. This is Conflicted, the card game, Southern Prepper 1's deck 9. So I don't get in trouble, or I may get in trouble, I don't know. Developing your immediate surrounding community is better than bugging out. If you need to be able to trust each other, let me rephrase that. You need to be able to trust each other. If others come and help you keep your property in a crisis situation and they lose their property, do you owe them anything when things stabilize? How would you make things right with them? I would know them with crap. We survived together.
That's right.
All right. So in 9 minutes or so, stop with the Willy Wonka. In 9 minutes or something, I'm gonna go.
I think it was the on the parts without. Yeah. No, that's true. Yes, I make lots of faces. I do. I really do. So much that my friend here gets annoyed by them when I give him faces sometimes. No, I think the different machetes taste a little bit different. Let's just leave it at that. That's right. That's what our consensus is that, you know what, we are in the community together and we are surviving together, and so if we had to survive together and we shared and helped each other, then we didn't owe anything. We survived the situation and we've come full circle.
But we probably need to talk about it with somebody.
Sure. Law on concealed carry in Arkansas now.
Okay.
There is a concealed carry license. There's actually an enhanced version now. And then
there is Act 746 in Arkansas, and it still only had a couple court cases to back it up. It's considered
night sheepdog.
Yeah, good night. Constitutional carry state. So, yes, we still have concealed carry licenses that you get. Yes, the fees are getting ready to be cut way in half, which is wonderful.
Oh, that'll be nice.
And then there's enhanced. But their Act 746 does make it where you do not need your concealed carry. I mean, you can.
There's some wording in there that that if somebody pushes it the right way, it may not be constitutional carry unless you are on a journey.
No, not even that. There's still some case law that needs to happen. I mean, I have a concealed carry permit. You do too. I think. Do you have the enhanced yet?
I do not have the enhanced yet.
It's Mr. Clean that did that.
Yes, Mr. Clean did that.
Yes, the thing in the wording is you have to have the intentions to do a crime. However, that's until hey, negotiator.
Arizona.
That's totally up to the officer on the scene. And so sometimes it takes you to get to the judge before they're like, okay, you weren't doing anything wrong. And it's a pain in the butt for everybody until they get it hammered out. I believe everyone needs. Yes.
Yes, if you're traveling outside of your state and your state has a concealed carry, that is a great thing to have. Ours, because of the training aspect that is in it, ours has lots of states that it is
Yeah, we have reciprocity
reciprocated.
with a ton of states.
I think over 40. I can say that comfortably.
There are people, and like I say, technically we're constitutional carry here too, but I'm not going to risk that until there's some more case law that will protect me. There's a lot of people I know that are adamant about it, and and that's it. In your vehicle, it depends on if it's a long gun or a handgun. You can have a handgun concealed if you're on a journey, but that's completely up to you. So, I mean, all you got to do is say, I'm coming back from Wahazi or wherever, and you're good.
Djibouti.
Technically, it's outside your county, but I don't know any officer that's going to give you crap about having a gun in your car.
No, most officers, when I've been stopped, most just ask where it is, and they just want to know where it is, and to make it clear that you should not reach for it at all.
Yeah.
I did have in Texas. I was traveling through Texas, and I did have one officer have me step out of the vehicle and stand by the trunk, and I was traveling, so I had moved it from where I normally carry and had it on my ankle, so I could actually very easily get to it. It was placed perfectly, and so he asked if I wouldn't mind just standing outside the vehicle and to not tie my shoe real quick. And I thought it was funny and had a great conversation with him. And then I had one other officer pull me over at a local town, and he kind of threw me for a loop because instead of asking me where the firearm was, he said, "Well, what are you carrying?" And that's not the answer that I had queued in my head. So literally, I told him, "Well, it's right here." And he said, "Well, that's not what I asked." I said, "What are you carrying?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's not what I had queued in my mind." And we had a great talk. Probably got out of that ticket and had a great talk about that weapon and what he liked, what he carried as a duty weapon, and then what he carried off duty. It was a great conversation.
I'm going to back up. I think it was Tank.
Tank.
So, Tank, your question about college. What about in a vehicle at a college? Right now, in our House Congress or our state Congress, there is a bill to change it where because currently you can have it in your vehicle, but they are trying to take away where the college can choose if you can have it on there at all. And we're only a couple years into this new constitutional carry, getting to carry things in different places, so it's still pretty new. And so what I don't know, I can be glad to look up for you.
So the enhanced version of our CCW, concealed carry.
With the enhanced, as I should have said.
You are allowed to have it on college campuses, just not at sporting events or any large. It just defines it differently, though, to large events, sporting events, and things like that on campus. But you are allowed to even carry in your class and two classes and all of that. And so that's a big advocate about that. But realistically, if it's in your vehicle, Tank,
you'd still have to have the enhanced in Arkansas.
You would have to have the enhanced legally, but so long as you're not flaunting it and brandishing your firearm, I guess is the right term, and hanging that around, then, nobody's really going to know it's there.
right there, today's facts said it is ultimately how you react. I really believe if you're courteous and everything will work out to everyone's benefit. But anyway, thank you so much. It has been a whole hour and 40 seconds. Tank, send me an email, travis@adventurefrontier.com, and then I'll send it to you.
Jimmy at... That's fine.
Okay, well, you tell him.
Jimmy@adventurefrontier.com works as well for myself.
Hey, tasers are great. They scare the crap out of me, though. Taser, taser, taser. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap it up.
Yes, attitude is everything, negotiator.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for stopping.
My pleasure.
Man, if you guys have any questions or anything that you ever want to talk about, you can go to a couple places and send me messages. Somewhere in YouTube there's a messenger, but you can go to nwaprepper.com. Bobby,
Graphic designer.
I did. But I was at work and something happened. So send that to me again about the graphic designer, please. Well, that's going to be a Wally thing. All right.